What's up everyone, it's Liquate. Today we're going to be ranking the entire Roblox Dominus series, from S tier being the best, down to F tier being the worst. All of the Dominuses are pretty rare, so we're not going to be basing it off of rarity or anything like that. I'm just going to be giving you my opinion of the best looking Dominuses down to the worst. Let's get into it. First off, we have Dominus Astra. This one is like a spacey themed Dominus, and it's definitely one of my favorites. It's pretty easy to pull off with outfits because it's got a darker tone to it. It can match a lot more things than something like the Dominus Aryas, for example. And for that reason, I'm going to be putting this one in A tier. Next up, we have Dominus Claves. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. I know all of these Dominus hats are in Latin, so if you want to go look up how it's pronounced, be my guest. This hat was a Ready Player One event years ago, and it's got a silver look to it with keys replacing the feathers. I'm not a huge fan of the keys, honestly. I'm going to put this one in D tier. Next up, we have Deadly Dark Dominus. This was a Roblox toy code, believe it or not. It's definitely the best toy code that's ever existed, but also the hardest one to get. I think only like 20 something people have ever gotten this one. I was one of the people who actually tried to get one and was very unsuccessful, unfortunately. This one would probably be my favorite Dominus if the black was actually black, but it's like a dark gray. If it were actually black, this would without a doubt be my favorite Dominus in the entire series. Black and red are my favorite colors, but since it is not a true black, I'm going to be putting this one in A tier. Next up, we have Dominus Empyreus, the Dominus that started this entire series. This one came out in 2010. It was 31,000 Robux back then, and back then 31,000 Robux is like, you know, millions of Robux nowadays. It was very hard to get that many Robux back then. Only 26 were sold back then. It's a really cool item, and it's white, which means it can match pretty much anything you want since it's a neutral color. And this one happens to be my current favorite Dominus out of the entire series, so you know where it's going to go. S tier. This is Dominus Formidulosis. This is the last Dominus that was ever made as of right now. I'm not sure if they'll ever make more, but this was a Halloween item. It was on sale for a limited time for Robux, and I happened to snag one. It makes a pretty good Halloween outfit, honestly, but other than that, I'm not a huge fan of the mesh for it. The mesh makes it look kind of like a toy in my opinion, and since it only could really be worn properly in the Halloween season, and I'm not a huge fan of the mesh, I'm going to be putting this one in F tier. Next up, we have Dominus Frigidus. This is like an icy Dominus. I don't know if it's just me, but the buttons almost make it look futuristic in a way. I think it's just the theme of it. It's like a dark space gray with the blue, and I like this one a lot. It's actually the most valuable limited item in the entire Roblox platform, and of course this is definitely going to be one of my favorites. This one is also going to be going into S tier along with Empyreus. Next up, we have the Dominus that all the kids wish they can have, the golden toilet, the Dominus Aryas. Yes, the golden toilet is actually one of its known nicknames from the trading community. At least it was back when I used to trade, and it is definitely the type of hat that's going to get attention of a lot of people when you wear it. It looks like a trophy on your head or something. This one is not my favorite, but it definitely grew on me more over the years. I used to actually not like it that much because to me it was just too much gold. I do like it a bit more now. I'm going to put this one in B tier. Next up, we have Dominus Infernus. I'm going to say something similar to what I said with the Deadly Dark Dominus with this one. If this one, instead of orange buttons, had black buttons, it would definitely be my favorite Dominus in the entire series. Like I said, I love black and red. So, since it has the orange buttons, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's still a really nice Dominus. And I love the lightning pattern and stuff, even though it almost looks like a Google image was slapped onto it. I'm going to put this one in A tier. Next up, we have the Dominus Messer. This one's popular nickname is the Watermelon in the trading community, and I personally love this one. I love the eyes on it, even though it looks extremely sinister and mean, so I'm going to put this one in A tier. Next up, we have Dominus Perfectus. This is the eyeball Dominus. It's got a lot of eyeballs all over it, and it is the Overseer themed Dominus, and this Dominus was from a Halloween gift years ago. I actually happened to get one, and it's definitely grown on me over time. I like it more than I used to. I'm going to put this one in D tier. Next up, we have Dominus Rex. This one is purple with gold buttons. Not really too much to say about this Dominus, but I'm going to put this one in B tier. Next up we have Dominus Potassium. This is a hat that was the very best thing you can get in an event that was going on whenever they were getting rid of tickets and switching over to just having Robux as the only currency on Roblox. And this is the hat that everybody wished they can get, but few people actually had the amount of tickets to afford it at the time. I know I couldn't have afforded it. I don't recall exactly how many tickets it cost to get it, but I do know that only like 20 something people ever got it, so it was pretty hard to get. This one almost looks a little bit like a knockoff of Aryas, but it still looks pretty cool. I like it. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. Alright, the next one on the list is Dominus Venari. This one is another one from the Ready Player One event. It's golden instead of silver. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same as the Dominus Claves. And I'm gonna also put this one in D tier along with it. Last but not least, we got Dominus Vespertilio, the Bat Dominus. This is another Halloween event Dominus, and something about the gray color just seems a little bit boring to me, but I still like it. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. And there you have it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if you agree with this list or if you change some things up. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.